Many, many blessings. That happened quick. All right, we are making sure that the audio is on. Okay. So if at any point in this video you can't hear me talk, please let me know and I will adjust that. I got 2 mics queued up and ready to go. All right, because it's important that y'all hear me and it's important that we get the audio correct this time. So if you see me checking it, I'm just making sure my light is still green. All right, but I'm so happy to be here with you today on this lovely Wednesday. I think it's a Wednesday. And tomorrow, on July 10th, we have a Capricorn full moon coming to ground these emotional waters, which is the title of the video. So I'm excited. With emotional waters, I'm obviously talking about us being in the midst of Cancer season and having a lot of things come up, right? Working through a lot of things, growing through a lot of things, feeling a lot of things, and now having the opportunity and the space to clear out some stuff so that we can ground our emotions and ground how secure we feel in our emotions, kind of like ground our shell. And with Capricorn energy coming through, it makes me like think about checking on your progress, right? Like what has improved or what could you improve more to help, flow a little bit. Capricorn energy reminds me of like having a business mentality, right? I always talk about how they remind me of a manager, right? And so it's like we went through this emotional period of feeling everything and allowing things to come up, and now it's like, okay, let's get, I don't want to say get things in order, because just because you're feeling your emotions, it doesn't mean that things are not in order. It's just, let's find a balance between the personal life and the professional life. Let's find a balance between what makes us feel good and then like what makes us feel accomplished or what helps us feel accomplished. I'm gonna just go ahead and tuck this here, and we got the yellow going on for the brightness and the love and the illumination to support, and not even just support, not even support, to enhance the energy of the illumination. Yes, I love that more. I love that a lot more. All right, so since we have some Capricorns, what am I saying? Since we are in this Capricorn lunation, I'm going to start with the earth signs, being that Capricorn is an earth sign. So Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, y'all will be going first. How exciting. I'm going to be using an archetype deck as well as my light seers deck, because as soon as I woke up this rising, something drew me towards this deck. So I know that there are some interesting messages to be channeled. Some very, very interesting messages to be channeled through this. So of course I got to greet my cards, right? Working with the tarot and the oracle. Peace and many, many blessings. Thank you so much for my ability to receive and share this divine insight. Okay, thank you to my divine self, to my ancestors, my tarot gatekeeper, and for all the energy that is present right now to, support me in delivering this reading. And whoever needs to come through for the clarity and validity and the highest love of this reading, may they come through with ease for the highest and best good. All right, so thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It is Cancer season. We have one more day. Tomorrow is the Capricorn full moon. I'm pulling for some messages for the Capricorns, for the Taurus, okay, and for the Virgo. Okay, we got something that dropped. I'm not going to read these. The fault line. We had the forest come through for the earth signs, because I'm going to be doing this by element. So the forest makes me think about being wild, but also about grounding your emotions, as we are talking about, like a big theme in here. When I think about the forest, though, I think deeply about your connection to nature and how the connection to nature can really like streamline the whole path to enlightenment thing. And I don't really like to talk too much like that because it can sound very pop culture, mainstream type of thing. But just for the understanding of whoever needs to latch on it, that's what I'm going to say. The way that your body picks up on DNA code and all these different downloads and being deep in nature just does something to your DNA. That's what I'm trying to say. And so what I'm hearing is that a DNA activation is happening. So you got to spend more time in nature. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And with y'all being earth signs, it only makes sense, right? If you are feeling too much pressure or feeling heavy or, feeling anything within the body that you need to get released, it makes sense to go take it to nature. And to give gratitude for what it's about to hold on to for you, to give gratitude for what it's helping you release, right? If you go touch a tree, you're exchanging that energy. If you go in the water, it's cleansing you. If you, you know, I'm getting hot. So there's that. The archetypal energy is the forest. It's like you want to be held or just moving into being held. So a lot of the things that you went through with this Cancer energy could have just been shifting, moving away from feeling like a burden, actually expressing yourself, truly sharing your emotions to develop genuine connection with others. And through that, you can allow yourself to be held. You can allow yourself to see that it's safe to be held, which is lovely and amazing. And it's like the more experiences that you have of being held, the more that you get comfortable in that. And it's not even just people that hold you, right? It's nature that holds you. The sun holds you. The sun, the moon, the water, it all holds you. And the more that you can see that and be a reflection of that, the calmer that things will be. Because I also feel like the earth signs are moving into just openness. Like there is no, oh, greetings. Greetings from Pakistan. I love that. I love that we are universal and global. But the messages are reaching who they need to reach. I think I got distracted. It's okay. If it's meant to be, it will be. All right. So we're pulling for the Capricorns, the Virgos, and the Taurus during this Capricorn full moon, right in the smack middle of Cancer season. And we have the forest here. Okay. We got one. Oh no. These two. We got one that dropped. I haven't read it just yet. Do I like Pakistan? I've never been to Pakistan. Okay. Is it the same too? No, it's not. Okay, we have two cards that fell on the floor. I'm still on Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Okay, we have the Three of Wands come up secondly, but the first one was the Three of Cups and the Forest. So, geez Louise, the heat. The escape to wilderness. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling a push. And like I said, being held. Being held means a lot to you, but because of what you went through, there might have been some resistance to be held, to be vulnerable around others. And it could, I'm just hearing sisters, sisters, sisters. Did your sisters hurt you, or are you disconnected from sisters, or are you seeking, you know what I'm saying, sisterhood? Because that is coming through, but there's resistance to it. And I think that the way that you can alchemize that resistance is by going into nature so that it can show you, you know, what you need to release in order to invite that in. And not even just to invite it, but to keep it, to have it, to maintain it, and to let it grow. Because I feel like that's what you want. And with the Three of Wands here, I see deep reflection on what your passions are, but sometimes you got to do more than a reflection to actually take the step. And so that's why this deep time in nature, to just be held, to be caressed, to be cleansed, to be, you know what I'm saying, all of that supported in that, it's going to help you release what you need to release so that you can connect to what you need to connect to. Because what I'm seeing is the connection to sisters, the connection to community, the connection to being held. And it's like almost inebriating, right? When you finally get to that point, when you finally reach that point where you're holding hands with your sisters and you walking into the water and y'all are, you know, under moonlight. Like it's just that moment is going to make you feel high. But it's through all of your experiences in this deep nature, right, that allow you to open up the portals to feel that type of experience. And so I'm going to move on because I don't want to go too deep into this for y'all because I can go deeper, right? If you want a personal reading, you can book that on my website or follow me on Instagram. There are actually some things that I'm doing very interesting right now where I'm taking on some clients for, I'm so sorry about this heat, yo. I'm taking on some clients for natal chart readings, but the natal chart readings are for a deeper understanding of yourself, some self-discovery, so that you can just tap in and have a nice roadmap of understanding, understanding, because I think we all got tricked when it came to sun sign astrology and people just focusing on that. So yeah, follow my Instagram, DM me, email me, do what you must to connect with me in order to make sure you get that. Which country? I'm in Jamaica right now. I'm about to use this to wipe off my face. I can't believe I'm getting so hot right now. Okay. Well, that was the earth signs. After the earth signs, we're going to move on to the water signs because it is Cancer season. So, water signs are going to be Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. If that is one of your signs, let me know. Drop your big three in the comments. If you know what your sun sign is, your moon sign, your rising sign, drop that in the comments. Also, if anything has resonated with you so far, let me know. Okay. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What's going on during this Capricorn full moon lunation? We are releasing some things, letting go of some things emotionally in order to ground ourselves, to root ourselves in a new beginning, essentially, right? And so, what's happening with the water signs? Oh, I love that. I'm seeing the hunter for the water signs right now. The hunter, the hunter, the hunter. That energy makes me think about your appetite, water signs. It could be that you like to play it cool, like to play it coy, keep it real. What the people be saying, demure, when it comes to what your needs are and what your wants are, and you realize that that's really not getting you nowhere. You're going to have to go a little bit harder for the things that you want. And when I say go harder for the things that you want, it doesn't mean exert yourself, because I feel like water signs can relate to exerting themselves. I'm talking about being strategic, right? This is where that Capricorn full moon comes in. Where have you used strategy before in your life, right? And had it work out so that you can tap into that same energy so that you can develop a new strategy to get what it is that you want. And I'm seeing your strength. Like obviously there have been ways that you saw yourself prove strength before, but the ways that you're about to see your strength now are different because they don't require you to have extra exertion. So I'm excited for how your strength gets illuminated in other ways beyond how much you can support others and how much you can hold space for others, right? The water signs are going out to go get it. They're going out to go get it. And yes, it is more tapping into a masculine energy, but it's a divine masculine. It's not operating from a wounded masculine. And so that excites me too. The women or the men, however this is going to play out for you. Um, your energy is being, I just heard the word masticized. I'm not sure how to use that, but again, as the channel, I just say what comes through. I'm going to post some more. I'm going to go into the tarot to get some clarity for the hunter. For the water signs. The water signs are having this hunter energy. And it's like the way that you do it is like majestic, right? The way that you're doing this is majestic. Obviously, you have a horse in support of this. And when I think of horses, I think of majesty. I think of a good coat. I think of how good they look when they're doing it, and how people may even be unsuspecting that someone is hunting while they looking like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing that the way that you kind of shield yourself and cover yourself, the way that you show up, there's nothing fake about it. It's very authentic. It's very, very real. But you just learning how to not shapeshift in a negative way, but to shapeshift in a way that supports you and supports your environment. And it only lets people onto you who need to be onto you. I'm not going to go too deep into that because I'm going to stop right there. But now we have the Page of Swords and then the Wheel in support of this message. Page of Swords lets me know that you got new sources of inspiration coming through, new ideas coming through. You might be reading more, tapping into things more, doing some more research. Like it's like your mind is free and spacious for ideas to come through. Your mind is free and spacious for ideas to come through. And that's where that strategy could be happening too, right? You're doing some research, you're looking up how you can go about this. You do it like you're putting in action steps. That's why I talked about that masculine energy. Put it in damn. Sometimes I just move too fast. Putting in action steps to get to what it is that you need or to get you where you want to be. And it got light bulbs going off and it makes you feel supported. It's making you feel lucky. It's making you feel blessed. It's making you feel connected to everything. And that's because you are. You are blessed. You are connected to everything. You are wise. You are open to new ideas and you are very strategic. And so, wow, I don't even like speaking about luck, but I'm just seeing more confidence in a way. That's probably what it could have been, right? You probably had shame in masculine energy some way, somehow, right? That's why I talked about it not being a toxic masculinity, but there probably was some toxic masculinity coming through, which came up during Cancer season. And the Capricorn full moon is like helping you to move through that, helping you to shed that. So now what you used to be ashamed of within your masculine energy is now something that you have confidence in. This makes me think about super, super hardworking women who may have been made to feel bad about their ambition young. And now they like, okay, I don't even want your approval. I don't want approval from people like you. And so I'm gonna do what I gotta do for me. And then the people that is going to connect with that is gonna connect with that, right? If you're the hunter, it's like you're moving away from being friends with people who is prey, right? Getting liabilities out your way, and it's opening up your mind up. It's freeing up your mind. It's freeing up your space. It's helping to balance your energy, that masculine and that feminine, that light and that dark, that yin and that yang, that cool and that hot. It's like just balance is coming through. Water signs. That's really, really beautiful. Okay. And as always, right? If you want to go deeper, more personal, you can book a personal reading with me and we'll dive deep. Next, we're going to go to the fire signs: Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. That fire. I'm glad I finally cooled down so I can deliver the fire sign message. All right. And prayerfully, everything is still going well on the audio side of things. Okay. So, fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. What's happening during this emotional season? Let's do that. What's happening in the emotional waters that we are grounding in the Capricorn full moon? Okay. Fire signs during the Capricorn full moon. Sustainer we have. Fire signs during the Capricorn full moon. The sustainer. Fire signs. Excuse me. This is making me thinking of this is sending my mind on a path of the keystone, right? Like being the thing that holds it together, being the glue, being the mold, being the sustainer. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper into that because I'm starting to feel like maybe you had too much pressure, right? Like it just started to feel like too much pressure. People was putting too many roles on you, putting you inside of a box, and that just kind of stunted your expression. Potentially, fire signs. I'm getting some support for this message because it's not coming through super clear. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Okay. Eight of Pentacles and the High Priestess when we're talking about the sustainer. Oh. And I'm actually going to go into the guidebook to read the sustainer just so I can give y'all the most oh baby, I gotta read this from the index, okay? Page 109. Thank you so much for your patience. And sometimes I do this. I used to feel so bad if I needed to open up a book or get some more insight as if I had to know everything at one time. And it's like that's not what this is. This is I'm a divine channel and I want to understand my messages just as I deliver them. So the peacemaker, the upholder, the preserver, the sustainer. Okay. The sustainer works behind the scenes, tending to the tasks of life, the keystone, the foundation. Yes. They cultivate gardens, pay bills, keep the meals warm, and mouths sweetly fed. The sustainer is at peace in the process of life, knowing there is no start or finish to humble yet meaningful tasks. They have a natural inclination to nourish others, to archive, to preserve Earth's resources, to consider environmental impact, to see their role in the divine cycle of life. It's common for the sustainer to become overworked, leading to resentment. Their tasks aren't always glamorous, and therefore the sustainer rarely receives the credit or attention. The sustainer longs to hold things in place so badly, especially relationships, that they resist the necessary change. Contemplate what truly sustains you. Make a list. Notice how simple yet powerful those things are and spend some time tending to them. So, yeah, you use a lot of your nurturing energy to support others and to love others, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you got to make sure you still got some room, some time, some love left for yourself, fire signs. And this is like a shift, right? Because this is tending to be the energy of the water signs. It's tending to be more specifically Cancer energy of the sustainer, the nurturer, the all of that. But it's in Cancer season that these qualities are coming out in you. And maybe you forgot that you had them, or again, maybe it is starting to cause some resentment because you haven't been showing up for yourself the way that you've been showing up for others. And it could even be a guilt thing that you're operating from. Oh, I haven't been there in the past, so now I got to make up for it. You don't got to make up for nothing. If you're telling yourself that story that you need to make up for something, who or what is the story about? Where does the story come from? Where does the story connect to? And then after you run yourself through that, ask yourself, is that story even true? And then let your body feel that. Because I promise you, there's nothing to make up for from nothing in the past that requires you to just neglect yourself. Fire sign. So this is Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. Oh, wow. That's interesting. As soon as I moved the sustainer card just to, just touch, I see that two cards is actually here. We have the vow as the basis for the fire signs here. And I love that. With the vow and the sustainer being here, it's like what promises did you make that are expired now? What promises did you make that, you upheld your end, but they didn't uphold their end, and then you still trying to, hold true to the agreement? Mm-mm. Hi, Angel. Thank you. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking. Thank you for being here. I'm just now seeing this. Greetings, 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 greetings. um, yeah, the vow. So the vows that you make to other people, you got to make sure that you are comfortable with making those same vows to yourself and then keeping them. And then keeping them. So when was the last time you did something that, like, when you agreed to it, it made you feel free? When was the last time, fire signs, that when you made an agreement with somebody or an agreement to do something, even within yourself, it made you feel free? Not tied down, not like another task added to the book or to the list. It made you feel free. And I think that you are wanting more freedom, fire signs, more freedom to be, more freedom to express, more freedom to connect with who you need to connect with. But that starts with letting go whatever you need to let go of, right? Just because it feels good now doesn't mean it's going to feel good forever. And just because it doesn't feel good now doesn't mean it's not going to feel good forever. Like, you can't, what they say, this is a great one. Don't make a decision when you're feeling happy, and don't make a decision when you're feeling sad. Make the decision when you're feeling neutral. I'll say that. Then Eight of Pentacles, we have the material realm coming through, sometimes the finances. And I think that that is a part of the sustaining too. You probably made a vow or a promise to yourself about the way that you was going to be free in your finances. And it's like you trying to show up for somebody else in a way or prove something to somebody else in a way that's taken away from your buildup. But it's like you have a little bit of embarrassment or some the emotions. That's what's being cleared out. Any embarrassment about what you are going through, or what you no longer can support, or even what you no longer want to support. Fire signs, but having confidence in your expression of that, having confidence in the way that you promise things to yourself, having confidence in the way that you let go things, and confidence in your ability to rise, to create, to sustain. Because if you can sustain it for somebody else, you can sustain it for yourself. 1,000, 100,000,000%. Yeah. Fire signs. Okay. And then last but not least, we have the air signs. Air signs are going to be Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. Let's get these all shuffled. Wow, wow, wow. So as I was talking about with the natal chart readings, my new offering, it's like this is something that would really be helpful because sun sign astrology, when I say sun sign astrology, I'm talking about like modern day, how it got pushed. It only talks about, again, the sun sign. And so people think that they don't have any other signs inside of them. Oh, if I'm a Taurus, then I'm just a Taurus. No, baby. Literally every planet, every zodiac sign is somewhere within your chart. And knowing how to alchemize that, knowing how to work with that is only going to be beneficial to you, right? I think that we all have a certain sign that we, at a certain point in our lives, it was like, you know what? I don't get along with this sign. Every time somebody's, let's say a Libra, it just never works out, whether it's a friend, a teacher, or this or that, like whatever. What are those Libra qualities that upset you? And where is that Libra energy within you so that you can alchemize it, right? Sometimes people are just not our people, and that's fine. But when there is something that irritates you like that and evokes a whole strong emotion about one specific zodiac sign, you probably need to analyze where that is within yourself, because that's going to help you understand yourself more, right? All right. I digress. Now we are going to go into the air signs. So, like I said, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. That kind of just slipped. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. It seems like that wants to come out anyway. I got two that, oh no, there's three that fell. It's a little different. The air signs during Cancer season. What's coming up emotionally, and what is helping to ground the emotional waters? I said what's helping to ground the emotional waters, and we got prayer. The prayer. Air signs, that's so beautiful. Prayer is grounding the emotional waters, okay? Your connection to self. And sometimes, even if you aren't connected to religion, there are so many things that can be a prayer. To me, a prayer is gratitude. It is an expression of a desire. It is a thank you is a prayer. Putting your feet one in front of the other on the ground is a prayer, right? And so yeah, those are the things that are connecting you. It's like the way that things have been coming up for you emotionally, whatever is grounding you is the thing that feels like prayer. Sometimes sex feels like prayer. Sometimes a ritual as simple as brushing your teeth feels like prayer. And it's like you are getting deeper into gratitude of the simple things in life, air signs, and that is helping you. Because whether you're going through a hard time or whether you're going through a great time, gratitude is always going to like sail the boat. Gratitude is always going to do it. And then I'm also feeling like asking for help has been a problem for you, but not asking for help from people, asking for divine help, almost feeling punished. Like if you did something in your past, you're like, oh, if something bad happens to me, quote unquote bad, in 10 years, then I deserve this because this happened. And now it's like you're seeing that you are not under condemnation by God, right? God does not hate you. The universe does not hate you. Life does not hate you. You may have been dealt a bad card out of a whole deck of a million, and you're going to let that determine, you know what I'm saying, how you. So I'm just seeing that Cancer season has brought up some stuff for you that might have just sparked forgiveness. And that forgiveness is a prayer within itself. Sometimes we don't say the prayer, we don't put the words into a sentence, but our action is the prayer. Our smile is the prayer, right? We feeling real super nervous, but our feet is still moving, our body's still moving towards it. That's the prayer right there. Now I'm gonna go deeper into this. And which way do I do it? Okay. Let's go deeper. Okay. Air signs. We got Gemini, Aquarius. Oh, Libra. What is going on during a Capricorn? Oh, we got two right here. Let me just double check to see if there's anything else. Capricorn full moon for the air signs. No, that's not it. That one might be it though. We got the Three of Wands again. So y'all are similar to the earth signs. We are flipping them this way. Okay. It's a few things, quite a few things here. But they are in support of what I was saying, of course, because that's how life goes. You can't make this stuff up. This is all energetic. I feel like even if I didn't have these tarot cards, because energy is my thing, I could still express what I needed to express. This is just fun and they're pretty. So, Eight of Cups, the Tower in reverse, and the Three of Wands coming through to support the prayer message for the air signs. So, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, I'm seeing that this is giving me the vibes of Stella got her groove back, which again is a prayer answered. So something could have come through, something did come through, something did come through for you, and it turned your world upside down, but sometimes in the best way. Sometimes we need that and it's perfect. But things came crashing down. But what I'm seeing in you is like somebody just sitting there because they've been waiting for this to happen. It's like you weren't devastated by that tower moment that people talk about. And tower moments can be things like, you get fired from a job, a house burned down, or, tower moments are like Moldavite. When they come through strong, and anything that doesn't support you or anything that needs to get out of your way or anything, it gets rid of it. It clears it. But it's always in support of you. It's always for your highest and best good. And I think that air signs, y'all knew this and y'all felt it coming. Like I was like, I already know something is about to happen that's about to change my life right now. And it's going to answer a big prayer of mine. But I might be uncomfortable and I might not be ready for it, but I'm ready for it. That inner dialogue. And so when you finally did see it happen, when you finally did experience it, you was that person that's sitting calm and cool in the midst of the chaos, because you knew it was going to happen, because you've been wanting it, because you've been calling it to you energetically. Boom. And that spurred out a release, a deep release, a fiery release within you, and one that opened up your heart, one that helped you have comfort in being more vulnerable, one that helped you see more silver linings in every experience that you have, just because you saw the silver lining in this experience, which again is an opening of a prayer, right? Then that Three of Wands is like, because you released what you needed to release, I'm seeing a deep connection to water, even if you aren't swimming in it. The way that your body reacts to being around water, it allows you to receive more downloads for whatever reason. And that could be true for everybody, but specifically right now with the air signs, you being by the water is extremely powerful. You being by the water is extremely powerful. It's like lighting up something within you. And so spend some time by the water during this Capricorn full moon, to release whatever you need to release, to burn them fires out that need to be burnt out. But I just see fire as important for you right now, water as important for you, the nature in general. Same thing with the water signs. Um, and it's so interesting too that during this time period, astrologically and like real life, um, is more when storms come. You got water and you got wind, and those two signs specifically are, those two elements, and the signs that fit into those two elements are experiencing deep enlightenment, or deep, just like elevation spiritually, by way of being connected to nature. DNA codes activating by way of being connected to nature, deep in the nature, right? I'm talking by yourself, sitting in a cave in meditation, like that vibe. And sometimes if you don't have the access to that, you can be that. You are nature. Go inside your mind and create that cave. Go inside your mind and create that lagoon, create that water, create that river, create that tree, and go. I'm just telling you to go. So, wow. I'm just waiting to see if there's anything else that wants to be said or expressed for any of the signs. Wow, air signs. Okay, that was beautiful. Prayer coming through. So, thank y'all so much for being here. As always, if anything resonates with you, let me know. Uh, let me know in the comments. That's what I was trying to say. Let me know in the comments. As I referenced a few times, my website is www.theperspectivedealer.com. You can go there personally to book a reading, and then my Instagrams, tp.unfolds, as well as by way of TP. Go follow me there. You can connect with me there. I do correspondence on there, and that's where you can actually hit me up, other than my email, for those natal chart readings. So that natal chart expansion, that understanding of self, that deep dive. That's my whole thing. All right, I love you. Prayerfully, this supported you, and you're becoming, and you're remembering.